Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic. Better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pigs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. Before I introduce my co-host, I want to say let's go Astros. Let's take game 2. Let's go on World the Series. So, with that being said, welcome my boy, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
What's up? I'm here. Astros, let's go. Game 2.
Right. I mean, Houston sports is all we got right now. You know what I mean? It's,
Right?
we got to rep something, so why not them?
Yeah.
Before we go into Texans news, and of course, Texas news because there's some today. Let's start with the most exciting game of the week. Where you at with that?
Probably the Bengals and the Ravens. Most exciting game. Bengals looking really, really good here. 5-2, leading the division. Looks like the old Bengals, with your boy Andy Dalton over there. When they used to beat up on the division, then lose in the first round every year.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with them. Looking real good. Joe Burrow, coming off that injury, has been playing really, really well. Looked like he could be most improved player this year. I'm sorry, comeback player of the year.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase ain't no scrub either. He's having a heck of a
year. Yes,
yeah.
Breaking
So
all type of records.
Yeah. So, Matt, even though the two teams are all the bottom, that Dolphins and Falcons game, to me, I think was a very underrated game. Tua looked all right, just some bad turnovers, but Matt Ryan looked like the Matt Ryan MVP season. Finally getting the ball to Pitts which helps my fantasy team. So he needs to do that, do that more often. But to me, I thought that was a good game. Not close. I think it went to overtime. I'm not sure, but it was a hard fought battle. So, let's flip the script. Most disappointing game.
Oh man, got to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Got to go with the Chiefs, man. I mean, 27-3 is not just they lost; it's just not getting a touchdown with Patrick Mahomes. So that was really, really an eye opener. And then a couple of weeks ago, we didn't think Tennessee was going to do anything. Then they didn't reel off 3 straight wins against good teams.
Good team.
So yeah, it looking like they for real right now. So yeah, I got to go with Kansas City, man. It's not looking good over there. That defense is trash. I mean, they are trash, man. Patrick Mahomes, he only could do so much, but I think they'll still be okay and make the playoffs because it's the Chiefs.
Right. They'll find a way to bounce back like they they normally do. Man, I'm gonna have to flip the script on your team you said. I'm gonna have to say the Ravens. I was very disappointed. Lamar Jackson to me this year hasn't been. He had a great game against the Colts, but other than that, I mean, he just hasn't really wowed me. Hasn't impressed me. And when the game's on the line, man, especially against a division rival, you gotta show up. And that defense, just out of the gate, they came out hot, but now it's just starting to fall apart. I know they're hitting with injuries, but so is most teams in the league.
But they got a lot. They got a lot of injuries, and he's actually overcoming a lot. I mean, the running backs, his wide receiver core is not that good, and like you said, the defense is not that good. I mean, to be still 5-2 at this point in the season, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and the division game is always tough. So it don't matter if the opponent's good or bad. The division game is always tough. So
right, but when you lose by 24 points is just and you're 4-2. There's a reason why you're 4-2. I'm 4-1 or 5-1. I mean, and I don't know. To me, it was a little disappointing. I was looking for more of a, a statement from him. So, moving on to NFL news. I mean, nothing really big other than, of course, Devontae Adams. He's out with COVID tomorrow against the Cardinals, against the Arizona Texans. So that's gonna hurt my fantasy football team again. But
they're actually missing 2 receivers.
yeah.
Off
I
COVID.
just read that this morning. Lazard, right?
Yeah, him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna be out, and then they're gonna have JJ out as well tomorrow.
yeah, that's all right. I forgot he got hurt against the Texans with a shoulder injury.
Yeah. He was trying his best on us, and
Even when he leaves Houston, man, he's still getting hurt. All because of Houston. So, it's good to see not so many cases of COVID. So I mean that's a very big positive. I know that was a very big question mark around the whole league of who's going to get it, who's not vaccinated, and what's that going to cause. You know what I mean? So it's good to see that the numbers are low. I hate to see them out, but
Well, if I know this is for next week, but if Green Bay wins that game, I mean, that's already my top pick for the best game and for something much played. Because I mean, he's missing his offense, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you have every generation has one of those players. Like, it doesn't matter what he has, he's going to find a way to win.
Yep.
And that's Aaron Rodgers. So everybody's like, "Oh man, Cardinals are going to go 8-0." Yeah, pump the brakes there, fellas. Pump the brakes because you got Mr. Aaron Rodgers. So it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I've been balling 15 touchdowns, 1 interception the last 6 games. 6-0, since that first game loss. So, yeah, he's been doing his thing.
Speaking of great quarterbacks, in other news, Tom Brady captured his 600th career touchdown. I mean, that's, hate him or not, that's an amazing feat. I mean, as an Astro fan, I can't help him for cheating. So you can't hate him. But I mean, that 600, man, that's awesome. But the other story is Mike Evans was so pumped he gave the ball away to a fan, and they bought the ball back from the fan, and signed jersey from Tom Brady, Mike Evans helmet, cleats, season pass tickets for the next 2 years, and a whole bunch of stuff. I think it said it was worth $650,000 just for that football. Would you keep the football, or would you take everything they offered?
I'm keeping the football.
Yeah, because you probably get a lot more. You know what I
mean? Yeah, because they're gonna, more people is gonna want it besides Tom, so I could make way more money. But he was just trying to be a good fan right there. Maybe Brady invite him to the house or something out to eat, So maybe that's what it was. But I'm keeping that football right there. I'm like, hey, Mike, you made the mistake. You should have kept it.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, you go on eBay and get 3 times, as much as it's worth. So, we'll jump into some Texan news. Mr. Mark Ingram, which me and you both predicted at the beginning of the season, he'd be traded. Have they announced what it was traded for yet?
No, they haven't announced the composition yet.
I haven't. I was checking before we started the show, and I didn't see nothing. So
it's probably a 6 or a 7 in 2023 or something like that. I mean, anything for that running back at that age you get is good.
Yeah, and you sign him for a league minimum. I mean, you're not losing nothing.
Losing nothing.
Yeah, it was a good trade.
Yeah, a good trade, but of course, fans going to make a big deal about Mark Ingram. Like, it's Mark Ingram. Like, golly, they just make a big deal of everything.
Which helped the Texans get a yards per carry of 2. I mean, come on now.
And if this could get Scotty on the field, let me see what Scotty can do. Because, Scotty's a free agent out this year. I need to see hey, should I bring him back? What should I do to this guy? So I like it. I like it.
Um, but who doesn't like it? You see, there's a lot of people. Lion
A
Johnson's
lot of people.
upset. Brandon Cook's upset.
A lot of
Um,
Texans fans are upset about it. They like, oh man, the culture and culture, locker room guy, and all that stuff. I'm like, man, we won in six. I'm like, we're not gonna do anything this year. Why you mad about that? Let him go to a familiar place. Get back with his buddies. Maybe his yards per carry can go up from what he is with us. Might can go up to 3.7 or maybe a 4 or something. But
yeah.
I'm not butthurt over Mark Ingram.
You mentioned culture. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, everybody's upset about culture. I thought the culture was going to change. It is changing. We're rebuilding, and that's what you got to do to rebuild. Is get rid of players. He's not producing. We're not winning. So why do you want to keep him?
Exactly.
I doubt we do it, but if Brandon Cooks goes, I'm sorry. Let him go on somewhere where he succeeds. If Lion Johnson, I hate to see it, but if he goes somewhere and succeeds, let him go. We got to get assets to build to the future.
Yeah, because
Build.
I think we only got like a 28% of homegrown players on our team, and that's not good. We gotta be able to draft, coach these guys up and keep them on the team and everything. So that's something that we failed at over the years.
Right. I hate to keep bringing up this narrative, but Bill O'Brien screwed us. Hardcore. So we got to completely destroy that in the build. And that's if that means get rid of players like Mark Ingram. I doubt it, but Charles Aminu. Is this what we got to do? But who knows? I think the trade deadline is November 2nd.
Yeah, November 2nd.
Yeah.
So next week. So we're gonna know in the next couple of days. Most likely, after the game on Sunday, you're gonna see a lot of trades and everything. So that's what's gonna happen.
Right. Well, that and no really other news for the Texans. Let's get on to the game. Andre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, revenge game there in Arizona. In the first quarter, 5-0. What was your thoughts?
Defense played good as usual. I knew it wasn't going to last because the offense ain't moving the ball down the field, so they're going to get tired. I feel like, Lovey, some of the schemes he called doesn't make any sense. The cover two schemes he called, like they got a 3rd and 20 something, and you should have blitzed them or something. You give them all the time in the world to sit back and pass the ball and everything. But overall, the game it wasn't a good game to look at. I'm trying to be patient with Davis because he's a rookie. You ain't gonna let him learn, but I don't know about this guy. He can't get the ball down the field. I think his average yards is like 5. So it's so easy to defend us and everything. And just make the offense just look so trash, man. The last 3 road games, we scored 8 points, and 2 of those came from the defense. So actually, we only scored 6 points the last 3 road games, man. Like you got to do that's not good, man. That's not good at all. So I'm just very disappointed on that right there.
Man, to me, I have a feeling Bill O'Brien is in Alabama in the locker room via Zoom, calling plays. This is just how it feels to me. It feels like a Bill O'Brien play set, and it's just same run plays, same dunk and dives with the quarterback. Is not letting Mills air out the ball, and not taking any chances is how I'm seeing it. It's very, very conservative and not getting the job done. Will we win? No. But you got your rookie possibly going to be benched next week. Let him show what he got. Let him throw the ball. Let him throw it 40 times. If it gets intercepted, it gets intercepted. What I'm tired of seeing is running the ball all the time, especially when it doesn't work. Quit running the ball. It's just
And that wide receiver screen pass they do like 10 times a game.
and yeah, and the David Johnson screen. Like the first time it worked, I liked it, but they game plan for it now. They know it's coming.
David Johnson got the ball too much this game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they were trying to, send a message to Arizona or something. I don't know. He got the ball too much. I didn't like that.
And I agree with you. I like the defense. I know a lot of sacks got taken away and counted as tackle for loss because he ran out of the out of the zone and was running the ball. But man, they were getting Kyler Murray, especially the first half of the game. They were getting him. I mean, um,
Turning him around.
I think it was Collins or Johnson grabbed him. It was a face mask. I'm real surprised that they didn't call it, but he got hurt there for a while and came back, and I was like, damn, this kid's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they were hitting him in the backfield. Grenard, man, I mean, he's really impressing me. I know people are saying that it's because he's on a bad team. He's still going against top tier tackles, linemen. Don't give me that BS. He looked real good, especially where he had 3 sacks, I think. Yes, Sunday.
He had 2 sacks, but okay. So they say because he on a bad team, but you see how they nitpick players because, okay, Deshaun was on a bad team last year and led the league in passing. So does that not count?
Thank you.
So,
Hey.
so
Right.
that's crazy right there, man. This guy is actually busting his tail. He didn't play the first week, so he's showing, hey, look, I'm a player. I'm a every down linebacker, defensive end, whatever they putting him at. And he let him know, like, hey, look, the stats I got in Florida was no fluke. I know how to get to the quarterback. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's very, very impressive.
Yeah. Very underrated in my right as of right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because nobody talking about this guy, so they're gonna say, oh, who is that? I didn't know he played for the Texans.
And all last year, I was like, even when we were losing, I was like, okay, we're not gonna win no more games. Let's put Jonathan Grenard in there. Let's put Ross Blacklock in there, and let's see what we got in these young guys because it's time to see what we got. So we can draft and move forward. So I'm glad to see him actually doing well. Hopefully, I mean, I wish we would have saw it earlier, but
Yeah, last year, Bill don't like playing rookies, so that's why we didn't see him or Ross last year. Then JJ called out Ross last year as well, so his feelings was hurt. So yeah, he wasn't gonna see the field that much last year.
But they're both. I mean, even Ross is doing a great job. I mean,
Yeah,
he's stopping the run. I mean, people think they're not stopping the run because of what the end of the stats say, but a whole different game wise. Like the defense gets tired because they got to stay on the field.
it's down the field. Yeah, the offense not doing nothing, so they're gonna get tired. Then at the end of the game, they're going to gases on the run, run. That's how it be.
Yeah.
So
Before we move on to this Los Angeles Rams game, the Lil Johnson got hit with a roughing the passer penalty. Did you see that?
yeah, on that sack, that should have been
Yeah.
a sack, and
Yeah.
College just ducked and he just short. So yeah, that was a BS call right there. Like,
Okay.
what can you do?
Right. Dude 5 foot nothing, and he ducks. Like where you wanted to put his arm around?
Yeah,
Put him on his back and pat him down to sleep. What? I mean, what?
yeah. So yeah, they like I said, I don't know what's going on with that call right there, but took my man sack away.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's hurting the Texans is the penalties. We got. I don't know what you do, but especially on third down, you get a penalty, especially on offense. You're just getting dumb penalties.
Mm-hmm.
You got to quit. It's killing the drive. So frustrating.
Like I feel like on offense, a false start shouldn't happen. When he's gonna hike the ball. All that, so that shouldn't happen. Now on defense, you jumping off sides, you holding, that's gonna happen because the dude, you think the dude going right, he going left. You gonna hold them. Hold them before we make get the big play on you. But offense, man, to me, the only penalty on offense should be like if you holding while you blocking down the field or something. That's about it. But false start should not happen, man. You gotta do better than that. And every game we get penalty after penalty after penalty, and it's hurting the team.
Yeah. And hurting the drive too, because I mean, a couple of drives were looking good, and then we got penalties, and it just stopped right there in its track. So, well, moving on to the Los Angeles Rams, Matt Stafford and company is 6-1 at Houston, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What's your predictions? What do you think is going to happen? Do we see Tyrod?
I'm hoping we do. He was back. He was back at practice. He didn't. He was back at practice, but he didn't practice because they say he didn't need the reps. But I'm hoping he plays. I mean, the Lions' defense is. Oh man, Sue. I feel bad for Davis if he does play because Sue is going to kill him. And the Rams, their run game isn't all that good, but the passing game, man, with Cup and Woods, is going to eat. Even the tight end, he's going to eat. So it's going to be another nasty game unless Tyrod's playing. If Tyrod's playing, we're going to put up points, put more pressure on them. But if David's playing, it's no good right there. So I'm looking at the Rams. I'm looking at the Rams score maybe 31-17 Tyrod, 31-10 if it's Davis.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man, I gotta agree with you. If Tyrod plays, because I don't think Tim Kelly is going to be more conservative with Tyrod. I think he's going to let him open it up, and plus the ability with him to prolong the plays with his feet. So I think, with Aaron Donald, you're going to have a veteran out there, or he's going to have seven sacks a game, especially with the line we got.
Yeah.
I know Justin Britt's back, but him being hurt is not going to help us. So it's going to be a scary moment for any quarterback back there. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you with their passing game is just phenomenal. I've been telling everybody that this Matt Stafford pickup was probably the best pickup in the NFL because he finally went to a proven team, to a proven coach with weapons, and especially something he's never had in Detroit, and that's an offensive line. So he don't have to worry about getting hit. He can worry about the plays. And McVay, you can say he's overrated all you want, but man, I think McVay is a heck of a coach, a quarterback guru. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go do the same thing you did with Tyrod. I'm gonna say it's 28-17. With Davis, I'm gonna go 38-10. Yeah, because the defense just gets gassed and
they get gas, and I mean it'd be so bad in the second quarter they'd be tired.
Yeah, I agree with you. Their tight end Higbee, I think he's going to have a career game because they're ranked 32 when it comes to coverage on the tight end. So I think he's, and again, Matt Stafford, he's just a great quarterback.
And he passes the ball around to everybody. I mean, like I say, Cup, Woods, Higbee, the other kid, Jefferson. He's getting the ball. I mean, they still got Deshaun Jackson on the team, so they're loaded, man.
Yeah.
They're loaded, and the way our safeties play so far back, man, they're going to eat real good next Sunday.
Yeah, everybody's impressed because Long Johnson got a pick at 3 out of the 5 games or whatever it was, but man, to me, it just seems like he's in the right spot at the right time. I don't think it's because he's a great safety. He gets burnt. He plays so far back and he still gets burnt.
Yeah. I mean, it was gifted. I mean, 2 of his 3 picks were gifted. One of them he actually made a play on the ball, but the other 2 it was just gifted. It just threw it right to him and everything. He's not a good safety. He's not a good cornerback. I don't know what he's good at.
And get mad at the Texans and blow it up on Twitter. That's what he's good
Yeah,
at. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
He voices his opinion on that too much right there. He needs to just be quiet.
it pisses me off too because man, I was so hyped about him this whole offseason, and then in preseason, they had a hell of a preseason, and I know it's preseason, but breaking my heart, Lonnie, breaking my heart. Come on, man, making me
Hmm.
look dumb out here. You stay off of Twitter, get in the game plan, and look, man, come on, this is killing me. But stat predictions. Let's go with sacks. Who do you think is going to have the most sacks this game from the Texans?
I mean, it's easy to say Jonathan because he's been on the tear, but I'm going to say Charles
Okay.
because Charles he has to show that I could play in this league and I deserve to keep getting more and more snaps and everything. So I'm gonna go with Charles.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the two-way tie. I'm gonna go with Charles Aminu, and I'm gonna go with my boy Roy Lopez. I think they'll both get 2 sacks because
Man,
the weaknesses is their guard and center position. I mean, it's not a very great weakness, but it's up there. So I'm hoping they get a 2 sack game. So,
okay.
um, I can't go rushing yards because I'm gonna probably get -53. So receiving guards. Who you think brings the title? Do you think Cooks
um,
has a revenge game?
it depends. I don't know if Ramsey's gonna trail Cooks because where he plays all over the field. If Ramsey does follow Cooks, he's not gonna get that many yards and everything. So I will have to go with Moore. I'd go with Chris Moore, to get the most yards. But if Ramsey not following him, then I have to go with Cooks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out. This guy's gonna have a breakout game. I'm gonna say Mr. Nico Collins.
Nico.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gradually climbing that ladder, and now he has Tyrod throwing. Hopefully, he has Tyrod throwing it back to him. So I think he's gonna have a heck of a game, especially what you just elaborated on Ramsey. He's gonna be a key factor. If he shuts down
Hmm.
Cooks, then that has to get Collins open.
Yeah,
Um,
it has
so,
to.
yeah, yeah. So, well, with that being said, any words for the listeners? Any last
Um,
statements for the players?
well, just brace yourselves, for more trades or cut. Well, I don't know about cuts, but just more trades, and we need to get all the composition we can get right now because it's gonna be rough the next couple of years and everything. So don't trip out and flip over everything that the GM is doing. It's like every move is like a hoo ah. So like that. I
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, since we didn't bring up this guy, but I don't know if he gets traded next week. Talking about Deshaun,
Oh
because since
yeah.
he does, yeah,
Yeah.
since he doesn't want to agree to the terms and everything on the settlements and everything, so he might end up being with the team all year. So I
From
don't know.
what I've been
Do
hearing though is they got a deal traded, got a deal confirmed. They just want the Dolphins want more um, a confirmation on from the league of what's going to happen to him. So I
yeah,
feel like the league is kind of blackballing the Texans on that move, which is kind
yeah,
of irritating.
yeah, yeah. Could be. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just,
I'm just tired of hearing
I
about
mean,
it.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I want to get it done so we can move
That's it.
on. But if it don't happen, I mean, we gotta wait a whole another 6 more months of what's going to happen and everything. But I wish he didn't have no trade clause because he would have been out of here.
Yeah.
So by him having that and he only want to go to one team, like why you only want to go to them? What's wrong with the Panthers? The Panthers is a better team than the
The Dolphins,
Dolphins.
their defense is way
So
better.
Yeah, defense, offense, coaching, the whole nine. So why do you want to go there so bad?
Because they got the best massage parlors down there, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Got the best massage parlor. They right by Jamaica, so Jamaica got good massage parlors as well. So I
Those
think that's
Instagram
what it is.
models down there are top of the
Yeah.
line.
Oh yeah.
So, um, but yeah, man, I gotta agree with you too. What you said earlier about be patient as a fan because it's gonna be a rough 3 to 4 years. It really is. Um, I think we got spoiled of having a somewhat consistency of winning. We would go 3 to 4 years of winning, and then have one bad year, and then go right back to winning.
Yeah.
So you just, as a Rockets fan, as an Astros fan, and as a Texan from 2002 all the way to '09, you just gotta embrace it, and it will change. Eventually. Gotta be
Yeah.
patient. Gotta be quit being an armchair GM because you don't matter. Because if you did, you'd be in the NFL, not at home.
Yep.
So shut up, let them do it. Tired of hearing you whining.
Yeah. I mean, and then like the part that really kills me when they be like, "I'm done with this team. This team is this team that." Then why are you still tweeting about them? Move on. Go somewhere else. No one's holding you hostage to be a Texans fan. If it's killing you that much, so that's the part right there. I don't understand.
I mean, every franchise goes through it. The
Hmm.
Packers, the Buccaneers, the Steelers, the 49ers, the Patriots are going through it right now. It it goes off and on. You gotta be patient, man. Again, I know you're spoiled and want to win now, but just starting to sound like Cowboy fans, man. Just shut up and quit crybabying.
Even to them, look at them since we've been born. They haven't
Right,
done anything. They haven't
right,
done nothing better than what we have done.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But do people call them? Oh, it's a terrible franchise. This and that. I don't want to hear about those '90s Cowboys and everything. What have these 2000s Cowboys done? Nothing.
You say
Nothing. Look at the Lions. The Lions, they only won one playoff game. Or no, has it won one playoff game? I think one playoff game in 60 years.
0. Oh well, yeah. I think meant since we came in the franchise, but yeah, you're right.
Since we came, nothing. But I'm talking about like 60 years. You know, the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals went 5 years in a row making playoffs, first round exit, and then they fell off. Look at them now. I mean, it's worse teams than us, but people living in the moment right now, so they think that we got the worst owner, the worst players, fan base, and all that. Then this the part that kills me when you root for the team, they call you mediocre. I'm like, so only supposed to root for the team when they good? You supposed to root for them when they good? When
Yeah,
they bad? I mean,
yeah.
I don't get that.
There's a lot of fans, especially in that group I tell you about. Um, when I say the team's trash and we suck, I'm not a real fan. I don't root for the team. I need to be a homer. I'm a homer. I just know when we suck. Like I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl 1-6. We still coming back and we're going to the Super Bowl." Like why? You know.
Hmm. Like, okay,
Um,
so who is this right here?
it doesn't say because they didn't comment on it. Didn't approve it. But the
Okay,
comment says the McNairs need to sell the team.
okay,
Kind of
sell.
kind of a backstory for anybody who doesn't know. Back in May, Cal McNair said an anti-Asian racial slur. I haven't seen what he said, but it looks like to be not very good. A whole bunch of people wants his head. What's your thoughts about it?
Well, I think he said. I think he said this is the Chinese virus. Some of those terms, but I didn't really look at it as like racist. If you'd have said, something else, I mean, I don't want to say the word or whatever, but if you want to say something else, maybe so. But I didn't really think that the word Chinese virus was racist. That's just how I took it. I just think people want to, since it's him, they want to talk about it. Now it's bad timing because you just said that it happened in May, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why is it coming out? Why is it coming out now?
Right.
Why didn't it come out in May? Why didn't it come out in June? And then they say sell the team. Sell the team to who? How you know you sell the team? That owner could be worse.
Right.
You know. So I mean, I don't get it, but you know,
well,
I mean, when the Rockets got Tillman, people didn't like him, and then now they love Tillman now. So it'll pass over. Daryl Morris made a comment just like what Cal said, and he ended up getting a 4-year contract with Philly. So it'll pass over. Yuli said the same thing to your boy from the Dodgers, and no one's coming for Yuli.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's right. He said China virus, but yeah, he said China virus, but there were some other things said in a very public setting. I mean, yeah, you're not supposed to be saying that things at all. I agree with that, but I'm not sitting here condoning like that. This it has to, this is right with what he said because it's not. Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth. But the NFL, to me, the NFL is different than the NBA, the MLB. They have the old school mentality. Jerry Jones, Jim Irsay, the McNairs. He's gone, but the Oilers old Bud Adams. Yeah, they all said some questionable things. They all got that old school mentality, like I can't be touched. You know,
yeah.
it's different than it is NBA and the MLB because they both MLB and NBA had owners removed because of stuff like this. I don't see it happening because there's such a close knit community with the owners. So I think the owners will have McNair's back and won't let that happen. So I don't think he's going to sell the team.
Yeah, but no, people were saying sell the team before this comment. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna take more than that for him to sell the team, but he ain't gonna do it. It's too much generational wealth in that. They're gonna leave that to his kids, kids, and kids. So it's not gonna sell the team.
And then we got another comment that said this is also from the son of the man that said you can't let the inmates run the prison. So when you hear that, it's like, oh, you too?
Yeah.
On that. Yeah. I gotta agree with that. It's like
that was real bad when he said that. But okay, but when he said that, the only person that came out and voiced their opinion was Dwayne Brown, correct?
And Javion Clowney, he wore a inmate's costume to Halloween because it was like right before Halloween.
Yeah, and then both of them ended up both of them gone, right?
Yeah.
They traded him and Clowney. They traded both of them. Traded Clowney and they traded Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, both to the.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of these owners, and then most of them, they're Republicans, and they're gonna feel that way right there. But like I said, they shouldn't say it. If that's how you feel, just keep it behind closed doors. Just don't say nothing.
Right. So going back to what we were saying earlier, that every team happens. It says every team goes through it, but never seen it happen the way the Texans. I'm gonna say
what did it mean by that though?
The whole Deshaun factor, like that's what I've been trying to say. Like I don't think this roster is the worst roster in the league. I don't. I think with the Deshaun factor, him wanting out, it just brings we have the worst news 100% because of Deshaun. If Deshaun
well, I don't know. Maybe the Raiders could take that from us.
Well, true that. I still think we're better than the Jags. I still think we're better than the Jets. I still think we're better than the Lions. There's a couple teams you're real iffy, and the coaching doesn't help the situation, especially Tim Kelly. But I don't think it's something different the Texans are doing than any other team has done before. I mean, rebuilding wise, the Seahawks done it. The Colts, they've made a lot of trades to get draft picks. Chris Ballard is a draft genius when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So I don't see him doing any way different. You know what I mean?
Well, at first they were saying who celebrates the division titles. Now, I bet the fans wish we had a division title this year.
Yeah.
I mean, this their first back-to-back losing season in over a decade. So,
When
like I
you
said,
hit reality, it hits hard sometimes.
yeah.
The grass is not always greener on the other side.
hmm
And
But it just like back to what I said a couple pods ago. Deshaun just divided his fan base. The things he said and things he's doing now got fans thinking otherwise. And he like he planted this seed and he just gonna keep growing it. I mean, I feel like he wanted out before he must sign the contract. That's why he got the no trade
no trade
clause. He
call.
knew he knew what he was doing, so he was just setting us up. He did the fake crying. He said, "I want a culture change." Okay, why you didn't want that culture change after we lost that 24-0 lead to Kansas City? Why you didn't want a culture change then?
Bill O'Brien should have
Well,
been gone years ago.
yeah, yeah. So that was your time to speak up. You could have got him out of here. We didn't have a GM at the time, so you could have got the GM and the coach you wanted after the Kansas City game. But no, you go up there and back up your daddy. I love him. He's my coach. And then look what happened now. They trade D Hop. They made Bill O'Brien the GM, and the whole team went south. So, but people don't bring it up. They're like, oh well, it ain't his fault. No, yes, it is his fault. He bagging him, and then Cal listened to him say, hey, well, if you want him, we're gonna keep him.
Um, uh, Kind of speaking of last year, the roster was. I mean, you don't have DeAndre Hopkins, but Fuller balled. Um, not Hopkins, but Cooks balled. I mean, we have some good receivers. We have some good momentum. It's coaching. Coaching was terrible last year. Lost us a lot of games, and the strength of schedule did not help us. If we had a different coach, I think we'd be 6-10, 7-9, maybe 8-8.
Shit, if it could have been the same coach, Romeo, but if we had Lovey on the defense last year, they would have won more games because the defense gave up a lot as well last year. And
Hey,
then
yeah.
your boy Kiki with those fumbles and Indy and everything.
Well, and then Romeo Cromwell in the game management against Tennessee lost us both games in Tennessee. So I was like, man, what is you doing? Like, come
hmm
on, man. But kind of real quick, touching base on that, what you said about Deshaun Watson and the fan base, I agree 100%. It's definitely dividing the fans. A lot of people are saying, you're supposed to love this man, everything he's done for the team. What has he done for the team? 5-12 is not doing anything for the team. I mean, he gave up on us, and you want me to love him for what?
Yeah.
Uh,
See,
with what everything you see Casario doing, this coaching staff doing, with Deshaun Watson in the roster, it's a totally different team. We're contenders. But now you don't see that and you still don't want to play? Nah, man, I'm good. You can go. I don't support you at all.
yeah, yeah. And like people talk like when we drafted him, we wasn't good. When we drafted him, we just came off a second round loss. So we was already good. We want him just to enhance us. But he hasn't done anything that Brock Osweiler hasn't done. Second round loss. Matt Schaub has done. Second round loss. Hell, TJ Yates, second round loss. So he hasn't done anything that we haven't seen as a Texan fan over the last 10 years.
Yeah, or they want to say, oh, well, he won the passing league. So is Matt Schaub.
So is Matt Schaub. And
Right.
and Matt Schaub won it outright. Deshaun won it only because Patrick Mahomes set up the last game. Patrick
Right.
Mahomes set up the last game. He wins it. Hell,
And
if Dak didn't get hurt, he would have won it. Dak was on a tear those first 6 games. I mean, I think he had an NFL record. I think he had 400 yards every game. It was on a tear. So,
they want
man,
to say, oh, well, he's never had the weapons like Pat Mahomes did in KC. DeAndre Hopkins wasn't a weapon. Will Fuller wasn't a weapon. Brandon Cooks wasn't a weapon. I mean, come on now, man.
Deshaun Watson has had a 1,200-yard receiver every year of his career. So that's a weapon.
Yeah.
That's a weapon. And if he didn't have a weapon, great quarterbacks, as they say he is, make those players good. It doesn't matter who's out there.
And they want to compare Patrick Mahomes to Deshaun Watson and say the weapons are making Pat Mahomes. Then why wasn't Alex Smith making those records? Why wasn't he getting those stats?
Yeah, why he didn't get the 50 touchdown? Why he get the 5,000 yards?
Why was he not the AFC Championship, and why is he not a Super Bowl champion?
Yeah, I remember when Tyreek Hill got hurt, and the dude Robinson came off the bench. They didn't miss a beat. They still the same team going down the field.
Pringle, Kelsey. I mean, you go on and on. Chris Conley when he was there. So it's just Watson fans is just a different breed. They say he was the best quarterback in Texans history. I still think it's Matt Schaub. I hate to say it.
Yeah, because they both accomplished. Both got 2 Pro Bowls. Both got a passing yards. I mean, he hasn't done. I don't think he's done more than Schaub. I think he beat Schaub passing yards in the season by a couple of hundred. But that's about it. Other than that, they accomplished the same thing. And Matt Schaub gave us 12-4. Hey, Deshaun gave us 12-4. You know, like actually with Matt Schaub, we were actually a real Super Bowl contender. With Deshaun, we was a fake Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just
in that Kansas City game, everybody wants to. I do blame Bill O'Brien, but also blame Deshaun Watson because he was nowhere found that second half. He just disappeared completely that second half. Him, DeAndre Hopkins, all of our key players disappeared.
Yeah, 7 points. He scored 7 points after the second quarter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and you know, looking at the all 22, I mean, he was missing guys. It was guys wide open. He was missing them. You know, so it was a mixture of both. Yes, the defense was bad, but you had to go toe for toe. Jared Goff on that Monday Night Football game, he went toe for toe with Patrick Mahomes. What was the score? 54-51. You know, you got to keep putting up there. But I guess he was okay with it, and that's why he said what he said after the game. Hey, this is my guy. You know, and the reason why he knows his guy because Bill O'Brien was letting him get away with murder. It was kind of like Mike D'Antoni and James Harden. Mike D'Antoni let James Harden get away with murder. Same thing with Bill O'Brien was doing with Deshaun, let him get away with murder. So that's the reason why he kept backing him up. You know, he wasn't held accountable.
I know we'll never get the real truth, but I think Bill O'Brien knew everything that was happening with the massages and everything.
Of course he did.
Yeah, so
that's the reason why the stuff comes out after the fact. Come on, man. So none of this stuff came out before because they said that this stuff was happening, you know, way before the season started. So
this happened years ago too. I mean, you know, it goes all the way back to 2019. So it's just, I'm just ready for it to be over with, and just like I said, I'm ready. I'm embracing the new Houston Jaguars. Just rebuild it, start fresh, just move on. Deshaun who? So, well, brother, wrap it up. Why don't you tell the folks where we can find you at?
Find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw at all platforms.
And you can find, I'm definitely keeping the name. You can find me at Sadden Texan Fan everywhere. And join Instagram just because, you know, I didn't want to be left out like Crenshaw. You can check us, the podcast out on all the platforms, all the platforms, Texan Fan Battle Podcast. Make sure you check out our sister podcast, the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast, and our new network, the Fan Battle Sports. So until then, guys, hopefully we don't start crying because of this. So if you see a Texan fan, make sure they're okay. Give them the suicide hotline number. So, with that being said, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace. Go Astros.
Yeah, go Astros.